Hi there, everybody. Welcome back. Thanks for joining us on this extended segment of the Joe Kelly Show right here on CNYHomepage.com. It's something we'll be doing every week with guests that are kind enough to stick around for an extra 5 minutes or so, and we thank Mayor Rob Palmieri for doing so. We talked a lot about on the show about development for the city of Utica. Is there something that you'd like to get, some business you'd like to get, some kind of an industry? I mean, I know you'd like to get anything that has jobs with it, but is there something that you think Utica is a good fit for?
Well, I think there's a good fit, but one of the things that we don't have is we don't have accessible land. We are very much landlocked, and some of the land that we do currently have is environmental. And we go back to the fitness mill. That was the Mealy site that we have to have demolition of it, remediate that. So some of the lands that we do have, we have to reinvest into them to repurpose them at this time. And there's a number of companies we're talking about relocating into the city of Utica. And what we look for is the growth, because at this point, a lot of the millennials love the fact of being in a downtown segment where they have the walkability, the bikeability to be into that. So we're always out there canvassing. Cold calling is what we say. I am a salesman. I came from marketing, and that's what I do. I mean, I'm on the phone every single day talking to either developers or some of the brick and mortars that are out there to relocate into a geographic area. And sometimes I'll have the conversation with them. We won't have the land, but they will go someplace in the vicinity. So I don't want to be parochial to the point of not. I'd much rather they come into our region than going down to either Carolina or Tennessee or along those lines.
I think you're so right about that walkability and bikeability. One of the places that I enjoy going to is down to New Orleans in the French Quarter.
Right.
And one of the things that I enjoy about that is you just stay right there and you walk all over the place.
Right.
And everything you need is right there.
So and that's what, I mean, if you look at the harbor and you look at the Nexus Center, the auditorium, the Bag Square area, downtown, then you go to the west side of that where Varick Street is with the brewery, and the east side is like International Boulevard. You have that really, we have a unique opportunity at this point to really showcase what we are in a geographic area of roughly 2.5 miles at this point. I think down the road, as we grow and we continue to grow, we're going to have some type of a trolley or a little small bus to get people around from the Stanley to the harbor or to the west side, so we have something moving them. It's good to have the walkability, but you're going to have some older people that are going to want to go over to the Varick Street for maybe a Thursday night or whatever, or go over to the east side for eateries or whatever, and to have which we used to, FX Matt used to have that bus, a trolley.
Yeah.
We have to look at something is our travel as we develop into our city, and the road diet that we talk about to make all the, when you go to New Orleans, you're looking at all the unique things they have. We have to incorporate that into our ingredients of making this wonderful cake that we are.
Is there, and there was at some point a talk of this, refresh my memory, of a way to get people from down around the auditorium over to Harbor Point. Were they talking about some kind of a tram or something like that?
Well, again, for the walkability, as I said, a pedestrian bridge in that area into that corridor would be something that's essential. And then the next level is you're going to have something to be able to move some of these people that will, for an example, they may go to a Stanley show, but then all of a sudden they want to go down to the harbor, and they want to go, obviously go to a restaurant that's near the water because they like that, or there's events going on at the harbor that they want to go down to this. So we're going to have to incorporate, as we look at our master plan, of being able to move the people around other than the bike or walkability, that it's going to be attractive to the residents.
I can't keep you here too much longer, I know that, but I want to ask you about winter. And what kind of shape is the city in? We haven't got a major blizzard in a while.
Yeah,
but
you should have never said that. Because our marches have been worse than any other month that we've had. We're prepared. We're very successful. We got a very good crew. DPW, they do an outstanding job.
How many plows, Mayor?
We got 13 routes. We have roughly 16 plows, 16, 17 plows, but we have 13 routes that we go out there during our normal snowstorms that have throughout the city. If we have a breakdown, we have another area. The key becomes when we have these major storms, these men out there can only be out there for a certain length of time. And Dave Short does a great job scheduling and putting these guys out there. I think a lot of people don't realize with a snowplow driver how taxing that really is. All you have to do is go out there once with these guys and see it is a very daunting task, and they don't get the credit they deserve. And it's not just in the city of Utica throughout. It is a very difficult position they have, and they do an outstanding job. I'm very parochial. I think we have the best of all, and our men and women do a great job within our.
And I know
City
you've
Hall.
gone out with the snow plows in,
Yes, I have.
in the past.
Yes.
I guess the detriment, the problem, the challenge they have is all those parked cars.
Well, that's, what we try to do is when we call a snow emergency, we want to give the residents an opportunity to remove this, and then we usually do it for 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night, so the people that are out there have the ability to move it out there. There are some times that Mother Nature does not cooperate with us, and the bulk of the storm may be, as we saw with Stella, during the rush hour, during the afternoon, that we have roughly 36 inches of snow, where now the problem is there's streets that are plugged up because cars are on it, plows can't get through it, and that's where we run into problems. So, when there's a snow emergency, I would hope that the people would understand it. Please take your vehicles off the streets so the plows can go out there and do their job. They don't want to go through you and plow it out, nor do we want to go out there and tow the vehicles out there, but we have to have it cleaned, we have to have it safe, so the kids could return to school, that the schools are opened, and that you are able to go to work in a fashion without getting stuck someplace else.
Let me ask one final question. Speaking of snow and winter, what's going on up on the Parkway? Is there any hope for getting things moving up there in terms of skiing?
Well, again, you're dictated to by Mother Nature, and here we are, the 6th, 7th of January, and the only way you're able to do that is to make snow. And in order to make snow, you have to have the right equipment, and the right equipment is pretty expensive. So for us to go out and to invest roughly $2 million for roughly a quality of life that's going to last maybe a month or 2 months, when we could put that money into our infrastructure, our streets, and other. And it's very difficult to go to the Common Council and say we're going to bond out for $2 million for snowmaking when there's so many other things that we do need at this time.
Yeah. All right. You've been kind to stick around, and I appreciate it.
My pleasure.
Thank you.
Anytime.
And I know you're a busy guy, and I'll see you at the hockey game.
I'll be there. Thanks, Joe.
Okay, you're welcome.
Thank you.
That's going to do it for us this time. We'll be back next week. We'll do it all again. We'll do this extra feature on CNYHomepage.com as well. Until next time, take care of yourself, everybody.